Hello? How are we feeling, people? Let's pull up our poll. Okay. So, hey Jake, hey Jonathan. All right, so our patron poll is over. And, well, I mean, it's overwhelmingly option A that was decided on. So we're going with this version where the combination, it's like this was a bit more regular, and here we have this odd sort of W for ch, right? Yes, I'm feeling good. It's been a bit of an adventure getting the stream started because of like other things I had to do before this, but we're here now, and it looks like option A has won. So we've got a weird W character for ch. It's nice that this has a little bit more variation, but it still has this tendency to have this like extra thingamabob, this extra diagonal line. So that's going to be how we do things moving forward. We'll go assemble that in a minute. Oh, I bet what happened, Jonathan, there is that probably you got lagged so far behind that it started playing me very fast in order to catch up. That's usually what happens on live streams when that happens. Yes. And I will say the patron poll, there's another patron poll, if I can find it on here, that let's see, it was a while ago, so that is actually still going, but I will be ending soon for the next language. For a while, Sylvan was winning, and now Infernal has caught up, which is odd for me because like I had already gotten started making plans for Sylvan, and and Infernal would kind of and switching to Infernal, I can do it, but my ideas for Infernal, I've realized will work better if I do Celestial first. But you know, it's patron choice. I'll leave it up for a little while longer, and when that's over, then it will be about time to start the new season. But right now, I'm going to talk about fontifying. So I haven't done numerals yet, but that should be relatively quick to come. What I do have now is we've got all of these letters worked out. For what is essentially an alphabet, right? And now we've got two new ones. We've got four more from this side. Oh, just ungroup that. Take this. And that is everything except for numerals done. And I'm going to need a bigger page for that, aren't I? Yes. Let's move these down here. And I'm going to just draw a page to fit that. Now, a couple of things. The two-party system of Sylvan and Infernal. A sentence? Well, so I have one example that I'm working with. And we'll jump right there. This is how you write the name of the language, Ndakaka, right? And you'll notice like it has Ndakaga. It's written in Roman letters like this. If I have the right keyboard enabled. These are both ahs, but they're written differently here because this ah is historically a schwa, so it gets spelled with that. So we've got ndakaga. A couple of points that I will cover here. One is aesthetic. I'm considering doing, I don't know how clearly you can see it at the resolution I've got. I can zoom in a little bit. But you see, this is my original idea of the letter forms. But I thought, okay, what if I add a little bit of tapering so it looks a little bit more like claw marks? Yeah, you've never... I like the pages. I started using pages... I started using multiple pages when I created my document for roles for vowels because I was doing the cards, the uncommon and rare vowel cards, and I needed a way to arrange those into pages that I could print to PDF, and the page feature in Inkscape was perfect for that. Yeah. Yeah. I like this. I think this is going to be what I do for the official font. I'm going to have to see how it works out for things like this. By the way, I need to, according to our poll, this one is ya. So the right side up R is ya. And the upside down one is sh. Control Z. So what I plan to do now is I will apply that tapering. And let's actually, while we're here, we need to, I think if I just apply it only to this diagonal, it should be just fine to do that. Let me, let me go and do that. Path effects. Yeah. Oh, it's already open. And taper stroke. Right. And I already spent the time to like dial this in to where I wanted and everything. So we can do that. Now this one, I think I need to do the taper stroke, and then we need to mirror on both sides what's going on. And then that looks wonderful. The only thing is doesn't seem to be a way to mass apply this. But like it feels a little bit more like claw marks, but yeah, it's not easy. At least after I figured out how to set the default, it's fine. So we're going to work out all of these forms in Inkscape, and I'm going to flip them to horizontal and go into Font Forge and turn them into the final form. Yeah, I need to get rid of extra things. This is purely just aesthetic to me. It's not super important. To like readability or anything. But it does look a little bit better. So that's where we are right now, is we're going to get these where we want them. And I think I'll say I will probably also make versions that have some noise in there for some more artistic applications. Or maybe I'll just do that one off. Like I'm thinking like if I want to have like Ndakaga, yeah. If I want to have this on a title card somewhere, then I need to, I will distress it more. Like, I don't know. I don't really know. Whoa, not that. But I'll have to figure that out later. You know, make it look like cracks and stuff in there. But for now, I think just a very subtle like this is not a problem. And makes it just a little bit more like it's been carved. Seems to be raining outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But we will start fontifying today. And wait. I had a double there. So let's go. Yeah. that's just a triangle. I don't need to worry about that. Oh, let me see. Can we do that? Paste. No, I think it's just, we're just gonna end up doing it this way. Path menu. Where? Right, can I do that for multiple? Oh, okay, thanks. That will make it go either much faster. Ah! Okay. What just happened there? Did I lose all of that? Okay. Okay. I just lost all of that. So, yeah, the paste effect you have to be very careful with. Yeah. No, I think what happened, John, is that this particular effect can only be applied um, stroke by stroke, line by line. And I had something that I had grouped. So what I can do is if I make sure that I ungroup everything, then it should be fine. So now I'm going to apply the effect to one thing. And these should meet up here. Okay. Why are you moving a thing that it was not selected? Okay. And, oh, okay. Yeah, and smoothing. And then I should be able to and it's just, oh, uh, right. And this one I can do that. Okay, well, I wish the hotkey that they say it is would actually work. Yeah, it just doesn't work. So here we are. So this one is causing a problem. Oh, there's still something grouped there. I know what the problem is. So So this one still has that. Aha! So yeah, I was doing shift 7 to get the ampersand, and it's just not working. Now this is two things, so this should work. One thing is, my keyboard is not standard, so it might just be like being confused by my keyboard. So all of these, if we can manage to get these without the center lines, or just remove the center line. And then this should all be good. Here we go. All right, so we've got our tapering done, and I think that's about as fancy as I'm going to do things right now. Now, the next step is to take these, and we're going to do individual groups here. Make each character a group in order to, with the center line included, in order to get everything situated right. And if I have constructed these correctly, then I should be able to just take these and make individual SVGs and put them in. Now, let's talk about the plan here. So I have 23 letters. That's important for how we can map this onto a keyboard. I'm going to do the same thing. As a conlanger previously, I have tried mapping things to Unicode points. And it's kind of annoying. It's a pain because you have to do a whole new keyboard layout. I'm going to do the same trick that David does in mapping these instead, just to Latin characters. And I've devised a system for that. So we've got the, here's what the Romanized form that it stands for is. And I've added the palatals down here. And then anything that actually the romanization is already a Latin character, I keep the same, of course. That will be simple. And then other things that I've used digraphs for in here, or I have one diacritic that matters here. I have just taken unused things. Obviously, C is there, just use C. SH, the sh, I used X. Ch, I used an H. That's simple. Ng, I have seen Q used for ngs. That's fine. And then sort of Z was left over. I used that for nya. Right? Well, but I mean, this is just for typing. This is not a romanization anybody ever sees. This is just so I can type the font that gives me the Ndakaga runes, which, by the way, at some point I need to name that writing system. And just like Gadaria or something like that. But so Ndakaga, when I'm typing it, will be written like this. And we haven't gotten to like the hard mark, but what I will do for hard marks is I will just have a parallel line that goes through the whole word, right? So in that case, what I'll just do is I will map the version of this character that has the hard mark to the capital. And then I hit caps lock and I can write a hard word. Hi, David's here. Yeah, yeah, Jonathan, that's a handy, that's a good like rule to follow. I just, I have to adjust that to somewhat because I don't want to have to like make special ligature characters in order to like type in romanization and have it translate exactly. So here are let's make a page to contain this. Here are our basic glyphs. And then the next thing, I think I can start making a font right now, but I kind of need to figure out where the hard mark is going to be. I think if we go with, like, where is this in relation to everything else? I think what we will do is probably let's get a Bezier curve and we go find like the middle of, yeah, the middle of one of these characters. And actually let's move this all over. Let's actually take the vowel line and copy it because it runs through the vowels. That's the important bit about it. And I think the hard mark will go, let's find a midpoint of one of these lines. And can I not see what's going on here? It doesn't have any stroke. There. And what it is just this will be, well, I don't want stroke style. What is the stroke style of this one? Okay, let's copy this and paste that here. There we go. What do people think about that? So that will be how the hard mark works, is when you have a hard word, you go straight through. Well, I do have a left pinky. And you have a left pinky too, David. I will say, so, David, you're here. I'm gonna show something. This is my keyboard. And this is the Kinesis Advantage 2. And I remember getting this keyboard, and I'm thinking about like who you want to like recommend that keyboard to, and like I'd recommend it to a lot of people, but I recognize that it is definitely built for someone who has two fully functioning hands, because you know, like typing with one hand on this is a pain, right? And I also thought, okay, but I think about this accessibility all the time. And I thought, okay, I probably would not recommend it to David, because like the key thing about this is it's supposed to shift a bunch of pinky keys onto your thumbs. And David, you've got the weird thumbs, so it might not make much sense to you. But most people, if you need to spend about 2 weeks getting used to it, but once you do that, it's very nice. It's very comfortable. I used it because I was a transcriptionist, and Google Google bought it for me when I was working for Google, and that's the only keyboard I can stand to use for much. Anyway. But anyway, so this is the keyboard. That is my keyboard, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, I think this sort of strikes through. And then basically what I will do is every single character, I will have this going. I've got to measure the distance between these points, and just put a line at that distance. And so the capital letter will be mapped to this hard version. So when I type in all caps, I write a hard word. Speaking of that, sort of a detour before I start breaking these up and turning it into font is I do. Duck. We need to save the word duck and use it in a language. But where was I? My train of thought. Okay. I made a decision. And I don't really know if I had a vote on this or what, but I had. Let's see if I have this. I have sort of a typologically unusual thing happening here. In at least, well, it might actually not be too unusual, but I want to run it by you guys. So what I have is when there is only the neutral vowel, the underlying forms of these affixes gets realized. And I've been going back and forth. So instead of got und, it's got und. Instead of gadde, it's gadi, right? Now, I've talked to some people, and I mean, oh, cod is possible in the Elhab lang. We should just trade loan words too. I can't do doc because I don't have anything represented with Q. I don't have the actual ka, and I don't have anything else that I use Q for. Don't worry, David. I am not going to do the Chinese thing and you make it represent a ch, because I recognize that it works very well in pinyin. It doesn't make any sense anywhere else. But anyway, so the thing about this is it's pretty common around the world for the neutral vowel actually to act like sort of the weaker version, or have whatever the weaker feature is, rather than doing this and having the old form surface. However, there are examples, like in Finnish has quite a few examples where you get this happening like irregularly. So I'm thinking I've got 3 options here. I'm going to say, and all of this is probably going to require me to revise some randomize the associations and money. Yeah. But what I'm thinking here, I can think of, there's 3 options here, and I would be good with any of them. It just means that I have to revise things. Luckily, there's no cases like this in like the monologue I recorded recently. So it's I don't have to change anything official. But here's my options that I will do. So let's use the ga as an example. And do I have another? Yeah, let's just go jump. I never actually finished the North Wind of the Sun, so I really need to get back to that at some point. So let's grab that and let's look at my nouns and like this one. Okay, coniferous tree. This is gonna be funny if I might actually have to change this word. That's lovely. Okay, so I'll just copy this. And Is this silly? Is this a silly word? I don't know. Right? So that one would have been irregular. So Let's say, let's grab a verb. See if there's an intransitive verb that has this situation. I don't think I have any. On but comes from anti, so it's not, and it doesn't, it's not gonna show anything. Dra. No. That's the harmonic ah anyway. Fata, yeah, that's harmonic. I don't think pa. Pa, there we go. So I never actually did the whole thing with that, but I can get that paradigm up quickly. So pa, and then that's going to be a table. Let's see. Let me go and actually generate the table for it. Because that'll just be quicker. Okay, so if we go to verb root to Lexergy, and then I need to open up Lexergy. Oh, shock? Well, that would have been another example, but let's just go with this one since we already started. Right, see that one also, we've got this weirdness going on, right? I have a lot of cleanup work to do in my dictionary, making sure everything has tables and everything. A carnivorous tree. Is to gasp in Yathlao? Okay. That's interesting. You know, a simple root like that is always going to be okay. Okay. Why is that not a table? Can I turn this into a table? No. Table. I think there's a way to convert it to a table, right? It is a table. It's just weird. It just doesn't have any lines. There we go. And let me make these big. Why is this like, okay, let me see. No. Why is this, how do I like take the formatting? Home. Yeah, normal. No, I want it to be bigger than that. And all of this. So here would be if we left everything alone, which I'm not going to do, right? let's go talk about the different options. Why home? Give me a heading. Option 1 would be this, except it's only nouns that do this. Right? So this one would actually end up with all softs. Option 2 would be, take this, own, and it would be not just nouns, but only the specific noun got. Okay. So that. And then option 3 and maybe I would choose some other nouns that are also irregular, right? So option 3, we would end up with this, and actually none of them are irregular. We just end up with the standard vowel harmony on everything, and I just have to revise everything, and it revised the way I do my things. Let me see if I can get everything on right. Why is this is very strange. Right, let's see if we can, if we have our cursor here. Okay, so you can see the 3 options there, but I would like them to be on like different pages or something. This is like a read mode. Yeah, okay. Let's put the 3 options onto each on their own page, and maybe that will be readable for you guys to take a look. So, and can I close this? Oops. And why is this weird? Okay. Oh, it's still doing that. That's very strange. Okay. Anyway, you guys kind of understand. So, how do we do the harmony with the neutral vowel? So, option 1 nouns are irregular. Option 2, only, can I do italics? Ga, okay, only ga is irregular. Option 3, no irregularities. Neutral vowel alone is soft. And let's see how that works out. Meanwhile, I will take a look at this on my own and sort of get started. And this is how we do on Tongues and Runes, is George makes a poor decision and chat asks chat how to fix it later. Not sure how you all other streamers do that, but that's how I end up rolling. See, so chat makes a opposite of LHAB. Chat makes a poor decision and we never fix it. Now, when chat makes a poor decision for me, then months later I decide, oh, I'll make a community post, say, I'm going to change this. Let's revote. Because that's how I... format. Can I get a square? I want a square. Can you give me a square? Just, let's go 300 by 300 pixels. No. Okay. This is four votes. Yeah, I think, okay, so at this point it's not going to change anything. So we have option, what was it? Option 2 is the winner. So ga is going to be irregular. And then I will decide on my own if there are other irregular nouns. But there will be no irregular verbs there will just be irregular nouns, and it's just going to be offhand. There are some nouns that have only. It may end up only being ga because this is a very rare situation. I don't commonly generate roots that will be like this. It's anonymous. It's anonymous, Topher. Don't worry. This is anonymous ballot. You don't need to be pressured by the machine. But anyway, I think is the patron vote anonymous or not? I don't even know. But that's handled. Now let's get back to fontifying. And I think what I'm going to do today is we can come back to like fixing the details of how the hard mark works. Now that I have decided that, this hard mark is even more feasible because I've decided only nouns will have that weird behavior, and I'm never going to have a situation where I have one affix that will be soft and one affix will be hard, because the nouns only have suffixes. Well, they have actually they can have prefixes, but I can handle dealing with those prefixes irregularly in a different way. I think there's some derivational prefixes, but I think a derivational prefix can probably just change the vowel harmony class if necessary. Yeah. That's fine, Topher. It's not a big deal. It's this is not like a vote for an elected office. This is just a vote for my silly little dragon language. It's not a big deal. So we'll get to the hard mark later. I think I'm going to start with I've made a separate document where I can hopefully I can copy this and Control V, paste that there. And going to resize that until it fills the entire space. And then I need to put this, so is there an easy way? Wait. Cusp node to page border. Yeah, I want the cusp node to the page border, but I want to actually center the center line on the page. I may have to take this and go do the alignment thing. No. Yeah, I have to do it that way because it's going to be a little bit annoying if I don't. So center this on the page and then take this. This goes here. Take that to the midpoint of that. Group it. And then center this. Then group the whole thing. Right? And that should be that. And then, of course, we're going to do the horizontal versions because I'm not typing this vertically. And that was dumb. I cannot believe I did not anticipate this happening. So anyway, let's just do that again. And take this, this here, and there we go. Well, that's annoying. So, yeah, okay. There. Then we can group this. And what letter is this? Okay, this is the U. And then I'm going to have to save as, and then I need to, what's in this folder? I'm going to rename this folder. To forms. Can I not select all of these? Okay. Well, this is annoying. Do I have to do this one at a time? There's got to be a way to select all of these. Okay, well, let's just make a folder so I don't have to deal with this right this minute. And then we go with that. And this is going, I will save this as U. And now I've got Font Forge, and we find the lowercase u. So I could actually go with Enya, because Enya is here. I'll think about that. Decide whether I want to do that. File, import. Tongues and runes. And we want SVGs, import. I don't know what that's about. And what the heck happened there? What? What is this about? Okay, so let me see. Let's take this. Let's take this. Is there something I can do to make that work out? So if I ungroup these, and then well, if I ungroup this, and I take the union. Whoop, that's not what I want. Yeah, that should have done it. Harder to read than Ogam? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super interested in ease of reading. Maybe, okay. So I don't know what happened here, but can I Can I not? Can I not move things with arrow keys in FontForge? Yeah, so I don't know why those ended up way up there, but I can. I don't want to just like move them with a mouse. I want to be able to like make sure that I am moving them. So let's see, path. Is there a way to convert a path into a polygon? That's what I would like to do. Either that or I can export a PNG. That's not ideal because file like a PNG is not right there. So there's my U there. The thing is, like a PNG is not going to be as free to scale and everything. It's dragons riding in seaweed. Oh, yeah, well, the dragons may not be happy with me calling it silly. No, the dragons do tend to be quite serious about the language. Uh, the dragon may come, but to me, it's just a language that I'm working on with my friends on the internet. So I don't like the fact that it's ending up being a PNG. And also, I don't know where the... Okay. So let's just... What is going on here? And also, this is weird. I want this font to actually be clean. Okay. So... Okay. The SVG is still there. Okay, so I guess I can use the PNG to, like, line this up. This program is very weird. Okay. And then... Oh, this is not there anymore? Okay, I'm gonna start over. And I want to see, like... Okay. The seaweed. I think the sea serpent's right in seaweed, maybe. Let's see. Trying to see. Okay, are you hearing? Hmm. Let me see here. Okay. What if I... This is how it goes. Stuff that I've never used before. Writing system. Letter form to letter forms. Okay. And where is my main FontForge window? It's just gone. Okay. They're showing a warning that I can't actually see. Okay. Oh, it messed up. Okay. I was trying to open it up as a font. So new now. Let's go in here. Let's try it again and see if there's something in the import settings that I was missing. So let's see. I wanted to scale. Why? Let's not. Let's turn off some of these things. And see what happens. There it is. There. Okay. And let's go ahead and go. Let's do one other one. Let's do the E one. And do the same procedure. No, what file? Open. And it's going to be like that. and control. Make it bigger. Make it fit to the page. And then I can just put this in the same spot and delete the previous one, and that should be good. Now, File, Save As, and then go to Font Forge and lowercase I. There we go. Okay, so it was just a matter of turning off some of the automatic correction stuff because some of that was getting confused by the way my SVGs are constructed. So that's good to know. Now, how do I... How do I test this is what I want to know. Because I just want to know that the center line is always going to line up. Metrics, new metrics window. Okay, so how do I do this? Okay, new metrics window, and then how do I just like it's not letting me type here. Yeah, type in this box, but it's not letting me type. Oh, there we go. Okay, so at least we know that the center line works. Now we can just start. No, it was my keyboard layout. It was not playing well with Keyman. That's fine. I'm not going to use Keyman when I'm typing this script anyway. There. So that works. Now, I think the next question is, let's get enough to do a test word, which I don't think we're necessarily going to have time for right now. But the next thing would be to get the test word ndakaga, and then I can type out ndakaga and see how it looks. We probably will want to go back and do a little bit of kerning and stuff, because overlapping the center line is not a big deal. Let's see if we can get one more. Let's go ahead and do this one, which for some reason is not grouped. Or no, let's just go. We have our schwa. Let's do the rest. Let me start working on the rest of the vowels and see. Flip this. Make it big, big, big. Make it big, big, big. And delete the previous one. And this one is, which one is that? This is the neutral A, which I will just map to A. So lowercase a, I'll import a.svg, import good. And do I have my, let's, new metrics window, EAU. That looks nice. This goes all the way right to the bottom, which I'm not sure is a problem at all. I don't know if I can test hitting enter if I have multiple lines, but you know, that might be something where I consider whether I want to change things up. And let's do one more. Let's see if I can get the vowels done actually. So we've got U, E, A, E. Get our thingy here. So yeah. So. And I have no idea how to. That was not confusing at all. Okay, file. And this is A, so I'll save as A. Go to Font Forge, lowercase e. Okay, well, we'll make a font and then we'll test line breaks and stuff later in like a Word document. Okay, so once I have the import settings done, it's pretty easy. And then finally, this is going to be fun to deal with. The one. Okay, so we'll go here, we'll take that. And control. Take that. This should disappear into that. And then file, this one save as. Oh. Letter O. And then map that to small letter O. Okay, and then as simple as that, we have the so E, I, O, U. which do not represent anything like what those are, but there we go. A, E, I, O. Or A, E, I, I is what they are. So now we have the vowels done, and it is after 5. I need to pick up a baby, but next time we will come back and we will map all of the consonant letters. We will figure out like what we're going to do. Maybe I will just like individually edit somehow. Or can I import multiple SVGs? File import. If I can import another SVG, what I can do is make the hard mark once and then like make copies of the everything. Make a copy of literally everything in the capital letters and do the hard mark there. The other thing is like, and then after I've mapped all that out, we can test it. But I need to save this font. Save as. I don't know why it's going to there. That's a weird place to be. Okay. So, Tongues and Runes, Ndakaga, Writing System. Just, oh. Never mind. What's that? Well, I'll save as. Okay, so that's saved, and we can work on, the font next time. Happy conlanging.